Alright, y'all. What's up? I have filmed or recorded my voice on this video for a while. But let's get to the point, because I might be able to get it in all this time without having to rush towards the end, because that was annoying. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I love Tokyo Ghoul. And the first reason is Toka X Kaneki, which is a relationship in the anime. I mean, in the series. It's pretty much your main character and another baddie that he ended up going with, but their relationship is not just, it's not, I don't want to say cliche. It's not even not cliche. It's real, bro. They got a real relationship. Like, their relationship is real. So, you have Kaneki, our main character. He was not a ghoul in the beginning, but he ended up going out with this girl that he was attracted to. He was like, is this right? I think the gameplay right. If it replay, that's not what matters. It's gonna be kind of annoying, but if it replay, it's kind of gonna trigger me. But he became a ghoul later on because this girl was a ghoul. She wanted to eat him, so she pretty much debated him into become. She debated him. She was going to eat him. She basically lied. So he ended up almost getting eaten, and he ended up not getting eaten because he was saved. I'm not even gonna get into that, but pretty much he ended up becoming a ghoul, and Toka was a ghoul, which is the person he goes with. She was a ghoul anyway, and she was at Anteku. Actually, I don't even got a rush because I think it is stand anyway, but she was a ghoul. Also, the place where Kaneki saw the girl he wanted to go out with, she was he was at a coffee shop when he saw her. Toka was there because she worked at the coffee shop, which is called Anteku. It's also a group of ghouls in that coffee shop. It wasn't known at first, but you know, Toka knew she was a ghoul because she was one of the more like, would the word be notorious? Like, she was one of the more known ghouls in the 20th ward, I think. Rize, I'm talking about, the person that tried to eat Kaneki. So, you know, he didn't end up getting eaten. He became a ghoul though because her Kagune got transplanted into him, and it's pretty much like how, like, say infected blood get transferred into you, like if you become a zombie, if like they blood get into you or some shit like that, pretty much. So they put the Kagune in him, and he ended up becoming a ghoul. He needed to eat humans to survive and stuff like that. So he was pretty much like among like Toka and them. So you know, he pretty okay. He became a ghoul. He became a ghoul pretty much. So Toka, considering she is a ghoul, Kuzan, the leader of Anteku, he was like, I want you to, you know, we're gonna let Kaneki in, and I want you, Toka, to help him, you know, learn his ghoul abilities and stuff like that. So, you know, at first they started off quite shaky because when he, like, before he even joined Anteku, they was in like this alleyway. Kaneki, he was hungry. His ghoul shit, like his ghoul, you know, side was kicking in. He wanted to eat, and he was smelling something. He thought it was like his mama cooking, but it wasn't. It was human, like it was a dead human. So he was going towards the dead human, and it was another ghoul eating it, and he was devastated because he thought it was barbecue, but it was a person. So you know, skip forward. Toka ended up coming down that alleyway to help Kaneki with something because it was this dude named Nishiki. He thought that, like, he really tried to take a hold of that area like it was really his area. Like, fuck out of here, nigga. It was not his area. It was somebody else's. It belonged to the 20th ward. It wasn't his. I think that's how it was. But, you know, Toka, she ended up helping him, and they started off shaky, their relationship, which was like a bunch of years in the making. But they started off shaky because Kaneki, him becoming a ghoul, he was pretty much shaming being a ghoul. It was fucked up on both sides because, like, why are you talking like this about a person that can't help what they are? A ghoul that can't help what they are. And then, you know, and I'm talking about Kaneki because he was just becoming a ghoul. Toka being a ghoul, she was born a ghoul, so it's probably offensive to her for Kaneki to just be talking about her like that, and that's understandable. But Toka, you know, she also was kind of in the wrong because she didn't understand that she wasn't mature enough to understand that Kaneki. This is new to Kaneki. He ain't been a ghoul his whole life like you. You know, you can't get mad at him. I mean, you can because he is being kind of a dick right now, but not just to be a dick. Like he's scared, bruh. So you know, they started off a little bit shaky because you know she already feel offended. So she was like, "How you gonna?" It was pretty much fucked. It was just fucked in the beginning. So skip a little bit forward. He pretty much ended up joining Anteku, and Kuzin sent Toka to, you know, be like the person that trains him, and you know, he trained him, or she trains him. I've recorded this video like this is my third time, so it pissed me off because the first time is always like the most genuine, so it irritates me when I mess up. I'm trying though, like I'm having fun. I like this video, but yeah, so and I'm trying to get it done before like my brother and sister get here. Really just my mama too, because I'm at home by myself right now, and I can record this video with peace and quiet. So, well, not even just I ain't sending peace. I just want quiet so I can actually have good sounds. But let me stick to the point. I'm sorry. So, you know, she ends up training him because that's what Kuzin told her to do. So they training. They already building their relationship. She already kind of, you know, starting to know Kaneki because she training him to control his ghoul powers, understand the life of a ghoul, all that stuff. And so pretty much eventually, after being with Toka long enough, I feel like this how it would be with any human being. Being with somebody long enough, he was like, if you were to die, I would be sad. And I feel like that really was like a point where like Toka like view of Kaneki changed. Like she was blushing when he said that, so you can already guess she had to be kind of attracted to him. You know what I'm saying? So you know she was attracted to him. You know, and like I love that. That's where it started because they talk about it like in the future, but. That's where their relationship started. This Division 2 gameplay in the background. I don't know if I said that already, but that's where their relationship really started. You know, so Kaneki ended up getting kidnapped like not too long after that little conversation they had. And oh yeah, another thing too. Kaneki said she was good at something, and she was blushing about that too because he said she was good at that and she liked that, you know. So, you know, I think this gameplay gonna end. I'm sorry. I think this gameplay gonna end eventually, too. So it's just gonna be blank, but that's not what matters. It's something, right? But yeah, he told her that she was like good at something she did, and she was blushing because of that. But skip forward after that point where he said he would be sad if she died. He ended up getting kidnapped by an organization, and I mean I think it continues if I just keep talking. So he ended up getting kidnapped by an organization named Algiri, and Algiri, my Japan shit kept kicking in, but Algiri kidnapped Kaneki. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think they really wanted Kaneki though, so they got him, and it was different in the manga and the anime, but Kaneki pretty much ended up getting tortured, and that changed him, like, as a person. Like his whole mindset changed on a lot of things, or like on a like it was like a drastic change of her. Like you wouldn't even think it's him with how different he at. You wouldn't think it's him from how he at in the beginning to after he got tortured, like post torture. So, and it's also pretty sad because like after that torture, you know, pain, like it says like really bad pain can cause like white hair, and a bunch of stress and all that shit can cause white hair, and then like. Anime and manga series is like a little bit more extreme, so his hair was all white and like a lot of torture went on. His nails was black. That's not really realistic, but he got like his nails cut off and his toes cut off. I mean his fingers and toes cut off. And as a ghoul they can regenerate, and his regenerate fast as hell because of Rize. She was one of the better ghouls, so he regenerated fast. And I guess Jason, a person in Algiri, the person who was torturing Kaneki, liked that. And what's sad about it also is that Jason got tortured also, which kind of make you understand why Jason ended that type of torture shit. So yeah. So after that, Toka, she like, we gotta go get Kaneki, and Kuzin, the leader of Untaku, he like, we gonna go get him. You know, are you ready to go get him? I mean, I'm not, no, cause Kuzin was like, he said something that was like, that I guess sounded to Toka like, we not gonna go get him. Is Toka was like, we can't just leave him behind. And Kuzin, I think he was like, we never said that. I'm just saying that I can't guarantee that y'all will live through the battle that y'all like finna go through. So pretty much they ended up going to the Algiri base, and they got Kaneki. They pretty much, like, the battle was over. I can't really say who won. I guess they won because they got Kaneki out. But Kaneki, he was a changed person. He was no longer a weakling, and he was different. Toka was like, you know, they was talking outside. Everybody was banded together. You know, that was in Alteku, and they little group of friends and all that. And she saw Kaneki. And she was like, cause his hair was white, and she don't know what happened. So she was like, you gotta dye your hair back like black, so like nobody gonna be making fun of you at Untaku. Pretty much joking. And he smiled. He like turned around, or he looked at her, and he smiled at her. And he was like, I'm not going. He like smiled at her, and it was kind of like bittersweet, cause he was like, I'm not going back to Untaku. And it was like, damn, cause she was like shocked. Cause I know that hurt, cause she loved Kaneki. Like, she want him to come back. She want to be with him. And you know, pretty much they didn't see each other for a few months. Cause Kaneki, his goal, like, he didn't want to go back to Untaku because he wanted to become stronger so he could protect the people at Untaku. That was his goal. He just wanted to be able to protect them. And I guess he felt that if he stayed at Untaku, he would not be able to get stronger. So he left. And he was getting stronger. Toka is going to school, you know, doing her thing, you know, because she is a ghoul that want to live a human life. And pretty much, you know, Kaneki ended up going back down Teku, and he talked to Kuzin, the leader, my nigga Kuzin, and Kuzin. Wait, I guess he was talking to Kuzin. I ain't really read. I need to reread it, but he was talking to Kuzin about coming back to Untaku, and he was going to until I think people found out about Untaku. I'm pretty sure like people found out about Untaku, and they was finna pretty much raid them, and they knew the owl was at Untaku, which the owl is Kuzin. Kuzin did end up dying. But so pretty much you know, that battle happened, and in the battle Kaneki ended up dying. What the hell is wrong with me, dude? Cut back. Alright, I skipped something, I'm sorry. So after like when Kaneki left for them few months, he ended up meeting, I'm a dumbass. I am a dumbass. So he ended up going to Untaku, talking about how he was gonna come back. And Hinami, the person who was with Kaneki when he left, that's how it was in the manga. It was different in the anime, but that's how it was in the manga. She left with Kaneki when he left, which is weird. Why wouldn't you take Toka? But I'm happy it went that way because I love their relationship to this day. So, but that happened, and you know, Kaneki is leaving Untaku at this point. Hinami, she ended up running to Toka's school and telling Toka that Kaneki is at Untaku. So Toka is hyped, you know, cause she able to see her lover, her baby, her boyfriend, you know, she going crazy, ahaha. So she, you know, she running back to Untaku, and at this point Kaneki is leaving. So it's pretty shit timing. But they did thankfully end up meeting on the bridge. In their conversation, you think that they was gonna have like a pretty wholesome conversation, but no. I forgot how it started. I don't know if she asked why you left Algiri. I don't know what happened, but pretty much Kaneki was telling her that he left because he wanted to get stronger so that he could protect everybody at Algiri, because he don't want none of them to die. and like she was, I guess she saw him as delusional, and she was like, that you're not protecting us like just because you want to. You protecting us so that we won't die, so you won't be lonely. So that's what she saw it as, and see, look, the video cut off. And I'm sorry for this. The last two I recorded, they was way better, so I can actually say that now because it's extending my time. Thank you, God. But so you know, she was calling him delusional. She was saying that you only protecting us because you don't want us to die, so you won't be lonely. Because that's a theme in Tokyo Ghoul, loneliness. So she ended up punching Kaneki out of anger. Kaneki didn't hit her back. I respect that. He dodged like the first few. Because she was attempting to hit him, but he kept dodging. Because like I said, he don't got stronger. He been gone for like a few months, and he actually been getting stronger. He ain't been fucking around. And like I said, he a different person. He not a weakling no more. Like if you compare him to like the end of Tokyo Ghoul, like after the fucking torture, he's different. Like for real. But you know, he dodging all of them, and she end up punching him, and she get on top of him. No sex, cause he like on the floor. So she walk up and get on top of him, cause I guess she was finna keep beating him. And she stopped and she was like, "Why did you have to turn out like this?" Cause Kaneki different. It's like sad. Like he really has changed. Like, and it's not like a good change. It's like a good change, but a bad change at the same time. It's like sad. So, and I ain't using SHAREfactory. That may be cringy. I'm using PlayStation SHAREfactory. I love this though. I'm thankful. But in the manga, I like the manga better how they did it, cause it showed like how Kaneki used to look with the black hair. Like he looked happier with the black hair. He really do. When he white hair Kaneki, he's like really sad. Like he looked way sadder. But you know, I'm sorry if y'all bored. Also, I'm gonna get longer gameplay because I'm probably gonna make another one of these because I like these. But you know, she ended up leaving, and he was on the ground. He was like, I don't know. Because she had asked, why did it have to turn out like this? And he on the ground when she left, and he like, I don't know. And it was like sad, bro. It was sad. And this is another reason why I love their relationship. Like, it wasn't just like easy. It was like, bro. Like, and I know I'm a boy. Some people may say a boy being super into romance is weak. Well, not even weak. I guess it's just like weird. And I can get that, I guess. But I like shit like that. That's beautiful. It's wholesome. It's fuck. But, you know, yeah, I love that relationship because it was hardships until they got to the point, like, where they was committed to being together. Like, because they not even really together at this point. It's just like, they real close friends. Toka love him, but she don't know she love him like that yet. And, you know, skip past that. I already pretty much said it, but it was a battle. And Kaneki and Toka ain't really seen each other too much after that bridge business. And in that battle, Kaneki ended up dying. She ended up dying. And I think she wanted to help Kaneki, but Yomo, which is another character, which is Toka's uncle, because Toka's mother and father died. So she was raised by Kuzin, which is pretty sad. Another thing too, you know, hold that thought. When Kaneki was like, I'm not coming back to Anteku, towards the end of that chapter, like, she was like, don't leave me all alone again. And I guess that's like, she said something like that, and I guess that's like depicting loneliness again. Like, she loved Kaneki, bro. It was fucked. But skipping back to the battle, Kaneki died, you know. Yomo was like, you can't help him, because she not meant for that. Which is crazy how, another side note, it's crazy how Kaneki was literally a human. He was literally a human, turned into a ghoul. He was a weak ghoul in the beginning, got tortured. He became a strong ghoul. Like, he probably saw, like, it's crazy how we saw Toka as badass, but we didn't know how badass Kaneki was gonna get. Like, throughout the story, we didn't know what he was gonna become. Like, that's crazy. That's fucking wild to me, bro. how he changed. Like, and he's crazy. Also, he's literally towards the end of, like, at the end of the story, like towards the end, he is literally the person that brought ghouls and humans together. He was a mere human, and then he became a ghoul that brought humans and ghouls together. Like, come on now, you can't tell me that shit not heat, bro. You can't tell me that's not heat. You can't tell me it's not. And that was in Tokyo Ghoul Reed, because it was two series. It was Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Reed. That shit was heat. But you know, skip past that. You know, Toka and Kaneki. Like I said, Kaneki died, but he got stabbed in the head, which is messing up his brain where the memories are. So he don't remember shit. He pretty much is not Kaneki no more. He is Heisei. So Heisei is a ghoul investigator now. Well, Kaneki is a ghoul investigator now, because the person that killed him was like, I'll let you live if you become like a ghoul investigator, I guess. And Kaneki, he woke up after getting stabbed, like screaming and shit. Like, he was labeled as a number before he had a name. Like, it's horrific, bro. His eyes was bleeding because he got stabbed through both eyes. Well, like, pretty much, I just thought about it. Why am I saying he died if he didn't die? I guess he almost died, I guess. He lost his memories because he got stabbed in the fucking head twice. Through 2 points. But, you know, he Heisei now. So skip past, because this is about Toka and Kaneki. Heisei, he's a part of the Queen's Guard. So the Queen's Guard go to a coffee shop. And Anteku was a coffee shop. And I think this, like, Anteku 2.0. No, it's not called Anteku. It's called Re Cafe. Which is funny, because this happens in Tokyo Ghoul Re. But, yeah. It's pretty much Anteku 2.0. So, you know, Toka, she works there. So, even though Kaneki isn't Kaneki right now, he Heisei, that don't mean he don't look like, just because you lose your memories don't mean your face change. It don't mean that. So he go in there, and as he, like, I think he asked for some coffee, and then a girl was like coming up or some shit, or she pretty much walked out, and she thought it was Kaneki. They locked eyes. In the anime, like, I liked it more in the manga. I like how they drew her. I like how Ishida drew her, Sui Ishida. Love that man, no homo. But I love how he drew her in the manga. But in the anime, it was cool too. They eyes like locked, and like they looked at each other. So like Toka knew who it was. Kaneki didn't know. Well, Heisei didn't know who it was because it's a new person. Obviously, it's not Kaneki. He don't have Kaneki memories. So let me check some real quick. I want to get it done. Oh shit. I want to get it done for my mom and them get here, because, you know, she gonna come with my brother and my sister. And obviously I want them to come back, but I want it to be real quiet how it is right now. But pretty much he go to the cafe, he asks for some coffee, she come out, they lock eyes. And you know, like, it's amazing because, like, she know who that is, bro. She know who it is. It's Kaneki, but I think she know that he don't remember shit. And one of the reasons she didn't try to get him to remember shit is because it would put him in danger. She care about him that much that she would literally be sad of not being able to, you know, be close with him just so he could live. That's true love right there. That's true love on some real romance anime type shit. That's true love. She was willing to do that. Cause even in, like, the manga, she said something about how it was sad that they might not ever be able to cross paths again, you know. It sucks. But so she ended up giving him some coffee. And you know, Kaneki drunk that coffee before. Cause it's pretty much, I guess, like the same recipe that was at Anteku. So she drank the coffee. I mean, no, damn it. See, I've recorded this. I mean, this is longer though, which is cool. But you know, Kaneki, Heisei or Kaneki, whatever, he drank the coffee that Toka gave him, and it's pretty much the same recipe from Anteku. So he drank it, and like a tear come out the ghoul eye. Cause considering he was human at first, and he became a ghoul, he was a one-eyed ghoul. He wasn't like a full-blown, you know, he wasn't a full-blown ghoul. Like, he didn't have two ghoul eyes. So it came out of the ghoul eye, the tear, because pretty much, like, it makes sense, because, like, the only reason he drank that coffee was because he became a ghoul. Well, not even that. It's just like, I don't know why. It's just kind of symbolism as to how, like, Kaneki know who Toka is. She a ghoul. He became a ghoul. They was both of them Teiku. Like, I hope y'all kind of get it. But it came out of his ghoul eye after he drank that coffee. And if I been explaining it good enough, y'all should get it. But I probably didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real honest with you. But, you know, he drank that coffee, and, you know, he, like, this coffee tastes familiar. This coming from Heisei, who used to be Kaneki. So, you know, he knew that it was from something, and you just see Toka just looking at him. And even in the manga and the anime, he was like, as she was looking at him, she looked kind of sad. Because it's not Kaneki. We're not going to be able to cross paths no more. So I want to keep him safe, you know? And everything he done been through. But skip past that. I think I mentioned Hinami. I should have if I was doing it right. But Hinami, you know, she ended up getting locked up. Cause Heisei, it wasn't really locked up, but it was like a battle Heisei had with a person that ended up becoming a ghoul also. But Heisei ended up having a battle with him. He was losing. No, I'm pretty sure he was fighting that dude, and he was about to, like, cause Heisei don't realize that he one of the strongest ghouls. Like, his RC cell rating that's like the thing for how strong you is, pretty much. His RC cell thing was like higher than most average, like, ghoul investigators, or pretty much Quincy's, cause like ghoul investigators are mostly human. They use like Quinkes, which are pretty much ghoul cognates that have been made into weapons to fight ghouls. That's what humans use, but the Quink Squad are a bunch of people that were made into ghouls, and like, they all ghouls, but Heisei Sasaki had the highest, like, RC cell count out of all of them, like a really high RC cell count. So, you know, he had a high RC cell count, and you know, he could have went berserk at any time, and it was like he could have went berserk at any time. And I know I'm really doing too much because this is about Toki and Kaneki, but, you know, he was about to do that. They was about to kill him, the ghoul investigator, because he was about to get too strong. So Hinami come in, like, this is like 2 years in the future. She older now. She come in and she like, I know him. And, like, he wake up and he like, get off me. I'm not the person you used to know, which was Kaneki, because this is Heisei, remember? And, you know, they try to kill her, I think, and he was like, no, I'll take her into custody, you know? And, so it was another battle that went on not too long after that. Kaneki ended up regaining his memory, so he was no longer Heisei. He was now Black Reaper Kaneki, which is another Kaneki form. So he was a Black Reaper Kaneki for, like, I think, like, 2 months or a few months, and it took him a long time to plan this escape to get Hinami out. So the only reason he really helped her escape, I think he probably would have left her in longer if she wasn't about to get executed, because he knew he was about to get executed. So he was like, I gotta get her out, you know, because it's still Kaneki. So just on some side note shit, you know, when he let Hinami out, Hinami mad at him, so she slapped his ass. She slapped him because she like, you don't have your memory back for a good minute. Why the fuck have I been in here and you ain't did nothing about it? You know what I'm saying? And he didn't even say nothing. He said, just sorry I kept you waiting. And, you know, now they gotta get out of, see, the problem now they in Coachella, cause to do this, like, it was planned out. Like, I think pretty much Toka and that squad, they was gonna try to save Hinami anyway, cause Hinami is in Coachella, so they all in there. So now the goal is to get, like, I'm just say this one more time. Toka is with a group of people. They are in Coachella. Their goal was to get Hinami out. I wish I would have reread the manga or like some of the chapters before this video, but Kaneki ended up helping them, and you know, he got her out. They got her out, but Arima, the person that killed Kaneki the first time, he's a really strong, like, Ghoul investigator. Nobody can really fight him except for Kaneki. Like, at least hold their own for a decent amount of time. So Kaneki, you know, Yomo, I mentioned him like once when I was talking about Toka. Yomo, he was trying to fight him, but Yomo was getting his ass whooped. Kaneki stepped in, and you know, he was like, I'll fight him, pretty much. And Toka, like, I think she was in there already while Yomo was fighting. So when Kaneki came in, she saw him too. And when she saw him, I already know she was kind of hyped. And she had, like, called out to him. She was like, Kaneki. And then he, like, looked back because she was behind him. And she was like, see you later. And Kaneki, at this point, is Black Reaper. He was pretty suicidal. He wanted to die. He was finna let Arima kill him. So when she said that, he was like, see you later. How cruel, Toka. Or how cruel, Toka. Later I'll be dead. Pretty much that's what he was saying. It was one of them two things he said. Like I said, I ain't really reread it. I'm probably not explaining this so good, but I just wanted to make this video. I just really wanted to. But it's a pretty long one too. It really shouldn't even be this long, but I'm okay with it. So, you know, he ended up not dying, pretty much. He ended up living because his friend Hide, that I never mentioned, but I mentioned in one of the other recordings I had that I kept fucking up. Hide was with Kaneki, like, at the coffee shop the day he was finna get eaten by a ghoul. He was there with him. But go back like a little bit far, like when that battle was happening when Kaneki died the first time, or was it like we thought he died. Like he was already like weak because he was wounded bad, and he ended up running into Hide, which I should have mentioned he hadn't talked to in like a long. He ain't talked to Hide longer than he ain't talked to Toka. So that one time he met Hide, Hide was like, I knew, man, I knew you was a ghoul, because he never told Hide that he had became a ghoul. And Hide was like, you can eat me. So Kaneki's best friend was like, you can eat me. And he ate a little bit of him. But he thought he was dead. I guess he thought he was dead, but he wasn't. He would have hallucinations, and Hide was like, would you really be okay with just dying? You know that they not gonna make it out if you let him live. Like, if you let Arima live. So just keep fighting, don't die, live, pretty much. And Kaneki hair turned back white, because Black Reaper Kaneki hair was black. Kaneki hair turned back white, and I post-torture Kaneki, well, not post-torture, he kind of a little bit more sane than post-torture, or like after torture Kaneki, that voice crack, we ain't gonna talk about it. But yeah, he fight Arima, and Arima end up letting Kaneki kill him, because he was like, Kaneki, will you pretty much like bring humans and ghouls together? Because Eto and Arima have been building Kaneki up just for this. Or pretty much Arima. He pretty much built him up for this. I think this was planned the whole time. Arima ripped the boy. But pretty much, knowing Kaneki couldn't beat him, Arima killed himself. And he was like, tell everybody that you killed me so you can be declared the strongest ghoul. This is some side shit, but I just really like the Tokyo Ghoul series. It's kind of like some shit, if you ever think about it. Like, if you ever watch the show, you will know some information about it, I guess. But I'm gonna get to the point eventually. You can even skip through if you want to. I don't mind. But, you know, he win that battle, I guess, because Arima killed himself. He now the strongest ghoul because he killed Arima, the strongest ghoul investigator. So, he go back to Cafe, and he talking to Toku, which was the whole point of this video. So, you know, they have a little conversation, and, you know, they just talking, and they talking about, like, how, like, Telka just saying that she basically never wanted Kaneki to leave. She basically saying, like, she just talking about how, like, Kaneki really the only person that think he shouldn't be at, like, around his, at Re Cafe, or at Re Cafe right now. Pretty much, because Kaneki, he think, like, he don't want to, like, get them involved in his ghoul life. Like, he want them to stay safe. So, like, they okay with it though. Like, especially Toka, she down to be with him. Like, she love him. Like, I genuinely love this couple. And I don't even know if I did a good job of explaining why I like this so much, but I still wanted to make the video. So, you know, it's a long ass video too. If nobody watched this, I ain't gonna be surprised. But I'm just glad I made it, because I'll probably watch it myself. I like hearing myself talk, and it's pretty easy for me because I talk to myself. I'm not crazy. Let's get to the point. But pretty much somewhere in that conversation, she was like, "Are you a virgin?" Kaneki dropped his coffee cup because he was drinking coffee at the time, and he was like, "What?" And she was like, I think she asked, "Are you a virgin?" again. She pretty much ended up asking him, and she was like, "Well, when the time comes, I'll let you do it." She was trying to do it with him. She was gonna let him fuck, and they ended up doing it because somebody came and fucked up their moment, because they was gonna do like this big mission, and they all had to like go to separate locations. So Mutsuki came, which was a Queen Squad member that kind of went insane. She came and tried to like kill Toka because she was like obsessed with Kaneki. And which used to be Heisei, which is fucked because like Heisei used to be in the Queen's, but now that he Kaneki, he not a ghoul investigator no more. And I may do a video talking about all the Kanekis eventually. I enjoy this. This is cool. I need to get more gameplay footage though. This shit is fucked. Like, but I didn't know how long I was gonna be talking. But you know, Kaneki end up fighting her, and I guess he kinda win. Him and Toka end up leaving, and then the hotel that they end up, it's not like a hotel, it's just like a little spot. You know, they there, him and Toka literally by themselves, Kaneki and Toka in that place by themselves, and they just talking, and she was talking about like, she was like, what, like they were just talking, and eventually she was like, she said something about Hide. It was like, I don't even know. It was something about Hide. I kind of want to go on my phone and look it up, because I know exactly which chapter it is. It's 124. Let me look it up. I want to get this done before they get back, because it's like, it's 11 something right now, which is pretty early, considering it's the weekend. But let me go to the chapter. I know which chapter it is, so it ain't gonna be me just looking for the chapter. I know exactly which chapter it is, bro. It should be 124. Bitch, please. I gotta add. Fuck out of here. It should be like one of the last pages. It should be exactly the last page. Or like the page before that. Okay. So I'm gonna read a little bit. Okay. Okay, so he talking to Toka, he like, Toka, cause they in here now after just fighting, they in this place, he like, Toka, are you okay? And she like, yeah. And Toka asked, you had a friend, right? Hide or something. And she said, what did you do when you felt like seeing him? And then Kaneki was like, I'm sorry. He also, after that, he said, I never was able to actually go do something concrete, because whenever I felt that way, I'd just be consumed by the desire to see him again. I'm sorry. And then, you know, kind of Toka not saying nothing. She's like, and he's like, I'm not much help. I think we should rest. We're pretty beaten up, and that's it. He didn't finish what he was saying, because Toka jumped up on top of him, and his sexy ass posed her fine ass. Toka a baddie, but pretty much after that they fucked. In that chapter where they did it, 125 of Tokyo Ghoul was good. It was amazing. I love that chapter. But you know, they end up doing it, and they end up having a baby. Well, she ended up getting pregnant, and I want to talk about that too. So she was having a baby, and the thing about a human and like a ghoul having sex, because Kaneki pretty much still is a human, so it wasn't just like ghoul on ghoul, so it's harder. Because this was done before, because Eto Yoshimura is literally Kuzen's daughter, but we ain't gonna talk about that. She the only like real one-eyed ghoul. Kaneki is an artificial one-eyed ghoul, but check something. Kaneki is an artificial one-eyed ghoul. So, he's an artificial one-eyed ghoul. I'm sorry, I repeated that 3 times. So, he's still human. So when he did it with her, he not human. So the baby gonna be kind of harder to, you know, deal with. So what Toka had to do, she is a ghoul. She is not supposed to eat human food. No ghoul is. She basically almost killing herself. Cause if, like, I think, considering it's a human baby, and I guess since ghouls eat humans, if she were to eat like other humans, I think she would like devour their baby somehow. That would happen. That not even somehow, cause that's what the manga say or the series say. She would have devoured the fucking baby. Ichika Kaneki, by the way, cause Kaneki first name is Ken, but they call, and most of the time in like Japan they say the last name. I don't know why, but she had to do that for the baby. Thank God, or thank Ishida for doing it. Well, thank God for, you know, but Ishida, she ended up having a baby. She ended up having a baby, and you know, pretty much after that, it's some shit about stuff that's unrelated to Kaneki and Toka. But they did end up getting married, like a little bit after doing it, like after her friend Yumiko's marriage. So, you know, that's pretty much it. Like towards the end of the series, like Kaneki, he had finally found happiness, like, cause ghouls and humans didn't have to kill each other no more. They found a way to make ghoul food that was able, like, they was able to make ghoul food so that ghouls wouldn't have to kill humans and shit. Which it was still some ghouls that did it because they genuinely like doing it, but they was able to do that. And pretty much after that, Kaneki was happy. Oh, another thing too, we not even finished. So Kaneki, he turned into dragon. He turned into dragon, and which was something that happened because he got into a fight. He got all his limbs cut out, and he had like a psychological cutscene or some shit, and it caused him to go into this huge fucking cockroach that we'll just call dragon, and he was stuck in there, and he had like when he was pulled out, he had like organs that were like not even in regular ghouls, because he was in dragon. Dragon was like the biggest cockroach, I think. So he had like some unidentified ghoul organs. So or like just some unidentified organs in general. But Toka was worried. She was fucking worried, and she, like, it was this one chapter where towards the end, like, one of the people Heisei used to work with in the Queen Squad, she still cared about Heisei, even if he was Kaneki. So she was there, cause she had something going on too. She was in like a hospital, and Toka was in there with her. And like, pretty much just like skip forward. Like, Toka was really worried, or just getting to the point. Like, Toka was really worried about Kaneki, cause he was in Dragon. Like, he wasn't with her. He was in Dragon, and like, you know, she didn't know what was going on with him, you know. So when he got out, you know, he was knocked out for a while. She happy as hell, and she literally stayed by him until he woke up. And like, their relationship just amazing to me. And she even talked to Hide about, you know, some shit about, like, cause Hide was like, what made you, like, you know, love or like Kaneki? And she explained it to him, that thing I was talking about what he said he would be sad if she died. She literally confirmed it. That's really how I know. She was like, when he was like, when did you start loving him or like liking him? And she was like, when he said that he'd be sad if I died. And that's pretty much it. Towards the end, you know, Kaneki was happy. They ended up, I guess, pretty much doing it again. Having sex, you know, fucking, getting it on. Because, you know, they enjoy it now because Toka not a virgin no more. She loving that shit. And we don't know what type of pain Kaneki got. That man could be going crazy. But, you know, they have another baby. You know, and it ends. And I like... That's like the last chapter too, where they show her being pregnant again. And I like on the last page, it showed like Kaneki before all this shit happened, when his hair was still black. Like, but he was working at Untakeable at the time, and like Toka at that time too, like side by side. I love that fucking picture, bro. I love it. But, you know, I really don't talk a long time. And I know this shit long as hell. I hope it's somewhat interesting. Even not though, I'm glad I made this video because I actually really like Tokyo Ghoul as a series. I'll probably make some more videos like this, just talking about anime or whatever I want to talk about. I enjoy this. This is cool because I ain't know what type of shit I want to make. Because I do want to make it in YouTube, but I don't want to do what I don't want to do. And this was one of the first things I thought of that I actually wanted to do. And yeah, but I'm just talking about like why I like their relationship so much. It's like how they started off as friends, and like how much hardship the relationship was in, like, or just how like cause like you gotta think, like Toka loved Kaneki and she was barely able to see him because of what he was doing, like what he was going through. And it's like, it's already sad because us as the readers, we know what Kaneki going through. Toka don't. She probably worried about him, you know. And you probably could imagine how happy she was to just see him again when he walked into the cafe. Like I just look up to this couple. I genuinely look up to this couple. Or to Kaneki, bro. I look up to how he treat girls, you know. But I love this couple. Like, this is one of my favorite anime couples. You know. And like how they ended up, like, they been together a long time. They had kids together. It wasn't like, it was true love. It was like true love, bro. And I know that's like some cheesy, cringy shit. Sad nigga hours, but yeah, man. Their relationship amazing. But other than that, I'll probably make some videos, like some movie shit like this, cause I think this cool. Really, it be like pretty much when it ain't no noise. Like if I can make these at night time, what the hell was that noise? If I can make these at nighttime, that'd be lit. Like when everybody sleep, like on weekends or something. But I can probably manage to do it like another way still. Cause I just don't want all that background noise. Cause I like making videos like this. Or this like my first video like this. And it's actually pretty fucking easy to make. Cause all I'm doing is putting gameplay in and talking over it. Which is pretty cool. But I do want to do some other stuff. Like I want to learn how to actually cut, edit some stuff. But yeah, if whoever watches, I don't know if it's gonna get out there. And I know it was pretty fucking long. So I ain't really expecting too much. But anything is possible. So if you do watch this, I guess drop a like. I don't know how that really help. I'm gonna assume it just get the video out or something. And like subscribe. I think I'm gonna start trying to upload more consistently. Depending on what it is. Like even if it's a stream, I don't know. But I like actually doing stuff like this. And if I do a video like this again, I'm gonna actually have more game. I'm gonna try to have longer, like more gameplay, cause I know it probably was boring as fuck just staring at the black screen. But yeah, man. Enjoy y'all day and don't sleep on Tokyo Ghoul. Also, I might do an A Record 7 video one day, and I may make like a part 2 to this. I'm gonna just title this part 1, cause shit, I might make another one. Or no, I'm gonna just leave it like this. And if I make a part 2, I'll just make a part 2. But yeah, I'm out. Have a good day. Peace.